Partner in crime, Joe, joining me again.
We got another special guest.
Don't forget, man, I got your 6.
Well, hell, there we go.
We're rolling.
All right. We did it. Joe, thank you very much again for being patient and helping me. We are coming with what episode is this? Do we even know?
49.
48?
49.
48? 49?
49.
All right, episode 49. Man, we're going to have to do something special for the 50th. 49th, we're coming from Hawaii. I think that's pretty special. So we're coming from, where are we at? Maui. Yeah, Maui. Wailea, I think is what it's called. And tell you what, we're joining me again as my partner in crime, Joe. Thank you so much. I'll tell you, you guys don't know. It is, what time is it over there, Joe?
It's 10? Like 2 in the morning. No, it's 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock at night. It's 4:56 over here, so.
I'm drinking, it's me and my RC Cola right now, trying to stay awake, get some caffeine.
Me and my pineapple. Just me and my lonely pineapple.
I like yours better, man. I like yours better.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'm excited for this show. We're recapping the Keepers of the Peace National Softball Championships. And, man, it's just so much information that we're going to go through today. So I'm ready to get this show on the road, Joe. Tell you what, first and foremost, we're just going to get right to it. I'm going to try to work around this sun. But I'll tell you, man, one of the things I'm really happy about is cause for celebration, man. Jonathan and Alana. Jonathan, you guys will probably know him as our center fielder. Jonathan and Alana, they hadn't been playing. Jonathan hadn't been to the field here in this last year, but it's a good reason. And that reason is Dallas. Check this out, man. Jonathan and Alana, beautiful baby Dallas, came into the world just a couple of days ago. Yeah, man, so cool. Can never take that for granted, man. Birth of a child, you know, there's just so many. Once you go into that doctor's office and they start talking about all the risks and everything like that, really makes you nervous, especially if it's your first one. So, hey, man, just super happy that they had a healthy baby and that Alana's also healthy. So, congratulations to you, Jonathan and Alana. Very cool. And let's see. One of the things, Joe, that you know that we're involved in, Shields for Kids. You know, everybody that came into the Keepers of the Peace tournament supported Shields for Kids at that raffle. And we're very, very fortunate to be asked by the San Antonio Police Department Safe Unit to participate in Jared's Fight Club. And Jared is a young boy who had cancer, who was able to get out of that hospital, was able to get through it. They removed his port not too long ago. And we were very fortunate to be able to take Jared, his family, on a trip, man. We were able to take him to the Methodist Hospital for the Children's Cancer Unit. We were able to collect toys and delivered the toys, but in our Shields for Kids truck with Jared and his family. And it was extremely special because this kid is amazing. And when I say amazing, like when you talk to him about why he's doing what he's doing, it's so genuine. And he's just about the joy that I got. I want to give it back to the kids that are in there. So it was just a special thing to be able to be involved in. Thank you guys very much for supporting Shields for Kids. Ultimately, it allows us to be able to give the type of gives that we just did here. Actually, I think it was just yesterday. So that was awesome, man. So I'll tell you what, Joe, we had the social media posts that were posted about the Keepers of the Peace tournament. And the reason that I want to show that here in just a second is because this is, well, there you go. They're up there right now. This is just, it was so cool that before we did this podcast and right after the tournament, you're like, man, I heard things in person. I know what people shared with me, but to see it again on social media was just really cool. So, you know, guys, being able to thank, you know, myself, Audrey, the city of Waxahachie, and all the volunteers for putting on a great tournament. Utah Metro, you know, talking about how, you know, that we were able to make them feel at home. You know, all the way from Utah, they felt at home here in Texas. You know, Red talking about how much fun they had and how cool it was to be able to honor, you know, their partner, Etchie. And then Tony Shipton also was talking about how important it was to be able to honor our brothers who fell in the line of duty. So that was a really cool thing through social media to be able to see all that, you know, and just made me feel really good to see those posts coming out before we really even had a chance to kind of decompress from the tournament. So I know, Joe, with your tournament, with the St. Louis Show Me Classic, it's always really cool to get those messages that night, the next day, you know, to be able to have that confirmation that, you know, it wasn't just softball. They really had a great time. And I know you put on a great show. That's why we don't like to miss, you know.
Yeah, anytime you put on an event and you get good feedback like that and people that enjoy themselves, it's always nice to hear those things.
Yeah, man. Really nice. And so those things don't go unnoticed, man. Thank you, guys. Well, Joe, we started the tournament off with our greet, eat, and drink. And if you guys don't know, we take everybody out to Beef O'Brady's. We get them some food. You know, we provide the food. It's like a taco bar, but man, it's really good. Everybody always compliments the food and the service. Beef O'Brady's is extremely first responder friendly. And so it was a great time, but check this video out and you'll get where I'm coming from with it.
All right, hey, I want to thank you guys for joining us again in 2022 for our Keepers of the Peace National Softball Championships. And it's so cool, man. It truly is an honor that you guys choose to be here. But then ultimately for us to have you guys here, it's so meaningful and so impactful. I promise to you, you guys can only get a little portion of what it means for us to live a life fulfilled, to have events like this. So thank you. Hey, real quickly also, we got David Hill is the mayor of Waxahachie, and he wants to say a couple of words to you, man. Yeah, man.
But anyhow, I really want to just welcome you all and let you know that Waxahachie is a place that you're more than welcome. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate what you do and the sacrifice you pay. And like I said last time when we first met, that we have fun in Waxahachie. And we don't defund, okay? Exactly right. So I'll let you go and have your food and enjoy. Bye-bye.
If anybody lost a phone last year, I've got it here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, quickly, because I know that Deanna is going to check that video out. Did you get some skipping on that video?
I did not.
You did not. It was smooth?
Smooth. It was good.
All
That was
right.
an awesome,
Hey,
awesome
all right.
video.
All right. Awesome, man. Well, that's great to hear, because over here, we're getting a little bit of skipping. So just in case you guys don't know, so we're coming from where the hell are we? Maui, right? So we're in Maui. And, man, trying to get here, set this thing up. Deanna's not with us tonight. Deanna had an engagement. We had to put this thing on. Joe stayed up till 2 in the morning, like he said. And I've got Audrey stepping in. And Audrey, my wife, my beautiful wife, by the way, she is working the camera. She's not even on a computer. So for us, it came out, came out like it was doing that.
She's doing a solid job so far, man.
All right, good.
I don't want
to.
I don't want to jinx it, but it's going good.
Good. Well, hey, man, I'll tell you what. That players' party is that greet, eat, and drink is just a really cool thing, man. It's fun to see everybody get together. I think we might have outgrown the place. I'm not too sure. We're gonna have to see how that goes. But it was still a great time in there, man. I really enjoyed it. Catching up with everybody like we do. Let's see here. Trying to adjust this.
If you had a head like me, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You got that little peanut head, and can't block the sun.
I know that, man. I have problems with that. Thankfully, I find a few hats that fit me. And you probably have the same problem, but the other way around.
Other way around. You got it. That's why I'm never wearing a hat.
Well, I'll tell you what, that greet, eat, and drink is a really cool time. And as you saw in that video, I pointed out that Tyler, or you can see in the video, Tyler Wilson, man, we can bring that up. Man, him and his girls are so awesome. His wife, of course, also. But, the girls always send these videos out to everybody. They sing and they wish them a happy birthday and all. And so Tyler gave me this gift, brought it in, had it custom made, man, had that PS.com logo on there. If you notice the baseball diamond, and then that Trinidad number 11, and it's the Hall of Fame also on that picture. So, man, it was just so cool. When you think about when somebody brings something to you like that, not only do they have it made, but then they've got to transport it. They don't want it getting scratched, and he brings gifts to everybody. He's always bringing stuff for everyone. So it's just a really cool thing to be able to have that take place at that greet, eat, and drink. Tyler, thank you very much. And then you got Tommy, man, Tommy Eldridge. He also comes bearing gifts often, and it's just super cool. We're going to get to him later on in this video, but man, it was just really cool for him to provide this gift. Also, he was really neat to be able to provide for my parents, my son. It was really cool. My parents really enjoyed it. Joe got to hang out. What did he show you on that picture, man?
Tommy was working I think it was like an old newspaper warehouse where they produced newspapers or whatever, where he lives, and they were throwing away a bunch of old negatives for photographs. Well, he pulled a couple out, and one of them was of Babe Ruth back in, I think it's like 1918 or something like that. And he printed off one of the photo from that original negative, and that's what that is right there. And
that's so cool
in my hand there. Yeah, it's a really cool photo. I appreciate that. Tommy.
Yeah, very cool. And then he made my parents real happy. They were able to show up for the first time. They're usually traveling, doing things, but they were able to show up for the first time. So that was very special, man. I appreciate you guys who bring things. Bearing gifts. I've had golf balls with SA Law on it. I've had a bunch of things brought to me, and it's always very special. So, one of the other things we talked about, Joe, at the greet, eat, and drink was a special GoFundMe that we created. Now, this GoFundMe was for Etchie. We're talking about Etchie with Miami 5-0. Spoke to Red, and you'll hear more about it in the opening ceremonies. But spoke to Red. Came up with this idea through Saving a Hero's Place. And Saving a Hero's Place creates these honor chairs. And what it does is whenever we have an officer that falls in the line of duty, they create a chair that keeps that officer's place in the roll call room. And it's totally customizable. You can see on this one here in the Texas Department of Public Safety, they have their challenge coin in the middle. You can put whatever you want to put on there. We're going to leave that up to Red, the guys of Miami 5-0, and of course, Etchie's loved ones to decide what they want on this. But it sits in the roll call room. There's that blue tassel. It saves that hero's place, and it's just something really special for the officers of that department. So what we're going to do is Deanna's going to put up where you can go to help us with this GoFundMe, because if you notice, it's $1,060 that we were able to raise to this point, but our goal is to be able to cover the $2,000 that it takes to be able to have this honor chair there in Etchie's honor. So yeah, if you we'll touch back on that later on. I'm sure we'll put it in the details on how you can contribute to help us reach that goal. Let me adjust this chair. So I think it's a really neat thing that we're able to do with that, and especially from everybody who participated in the tournament. Let's see here. All right, Joe, so we got, again, like I talked about, my parents were attending for the first time, so that was very special for me. And it was neat for them to be able to see on this particular tournament all the love that was shared between the officers from all over the nation. You know, my parents raised me when it comes to respecting authority, to appreciating our country and everything that we're given, you know, in this great country of ours, man. So when they're there, it was just awesome to see them witnessing firsthand all these officers that come in from all over the nation. And ultimately, man, they stayed out there all day. I was like, Mom, Dad, you got to get to the room, you know, take a break. And they're like, nope. My mom told me in particular, I get to see my son out on the field again, just like he was in Little League. I can stay here all day long. And my dad, of course, loved being out there in the environment. So that was really, really cool. And then, Joe, you know, how do we start this off? We decided to go with a round robin, right? So
Yep.
when we talk about how we're going to make this happen, we go through a round robin. What did that do for these teams?
Well, we did a pool play, and ultimately the pool play results determined which bracket that you ended up in. So we had a majors and a gold bracket, and the top finishing teams after pool play all ended up in the majors, and then the teams that followed those ended up in the gold division. I think it turned out I thought really well as far as which teams ended up where. I mean, it's played out like I thought it would play out, basically.
Yeah, man. And the cool thing that I heard when you talk about feedback from tournaments is that it's not predetermined. So it's how you show up, because you can have a team that, you know, maybe they're not here with the full squad. Yeah. And it just comes down to what they earn in that round robin. And we all know each other. We all know if somebody's sitting there, you know, letting off the gas or whatever. And yeah. I never had any hint of any of that going on. So man, we'll get to the round robin highlights right now.
Getting ready to finish up this round robin, so we can turn around and get placed and start the big meet, so to speak. A lot of heat, a lot of fun, a lot of action. Everybody here having a good time. It's gonna be a lot of work to get to this tournament, especially this Texas heat, but it's a fun time. It's family.
All right, man. That's a lot of action right there. A lot of action.
That was a pretty badass video, man.
I'll tell you what.
I need to do some stuff like that for the St. Louis Show Me Classic, man. That's awesome.
Dude, I'm sitting here and I'm watching. I'm like, oh shit, look at that one. That's a man. Look at that play. I mean, you're in it. You're coaching. You're trying to run it. You don't get to capture all this action, man. And those are just some great plays, man. I love it. And the fields are awesome. I mean, looking back at those videos, it's like, man, it just makes you want to get out there and play. I mean, those are great fields, great action. And like I tell people all the time, you have no idea about what our circuit's like, man. So much talent. You would not believe it. You'd think softball, Sunday church league type thing. And yeah, it's far from it at these tournaments. Yeah.
Well, you want to get into, I can go over who finished where after the, who played, after the pool play, if you want me to get into that.
Yeah, man. Tell you what, real quickly, though, I just want to emphasize one thing, and you see it in some of those videos, the camaraderie that takes place there. You got all these guys that come in from all over the nation. You don't know, sometimes you don't see them for a whole year, and you get wrapped up, whether it's coaching, playing, it doesn't matter, man. When you get to hang out with these dudes as the year rolls on, and you get to see, sometimes you don't get to see each other for a whole year. And maybe you talk on the phone, you text, but man, this is what it's all about right here, Joe.
Who was that guy with the dirty beard that you were hugging in the first picture?
Ooh,
man?
Let's go back to that one. Who was that guy with that beard? Let's see here.
Old Kevin Trotter.
Let's go back to that one we just had, Audrey.
There he is.
Oh man, look at that guy.
I don't know who's got the dirtier beard on the circuit, him or D Ward.
I would say D Ward. I would say D Ward. This one right here looks nice and trim, but no, D Ward definitely takes the title.
Yeah, D Ward had a squirrel living in his down there in Waxahachie.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, real quickly also, is that we're talking about the field. We got the grounds crew that's out there. You got James Villarreal with Waxahachie. I want to give a big shout out to James. He gives us our spot reserved every year. He allows the guys to go above and beyond for us. And so big shout out to James. You got Ruben, Rufus, Eloy, and BB. Those guys are the main guys out there. Country comes out, but it's usually a little bit later in the day. But yeah, man, these guys are awesome. And real quickly, Joe, before we get into how everybody finished in the round robin,
yeah,
2 guys on that grounds crew, Ruben and Rufus. And I know we got a video that's coming up, because I'm going to highlight what they did to honor, our fallen that we honored here at this tournament. But Ruben and Rufus, there they are. These 2 guys right here, they both years that we've been able to do something special for the tournament, these 2 have gone above and beyond. And like I said, man, when it comes to honoring Tyler Timmons, and Etchie, these dudes came through again. Check this video out real quick. Tell you what, man, those dudes went above and beyond again, because we were going to get stencils is what we were going to do. We were just going to buy stencils and have these dudes do it. They insisted that we allow them to do what they wanted to do to be able to honor these officers. And you see how much I showed up, and I saw them working in that garage, cutting that stuff out, making sure that they got the name spelled right, the badge right. What a great thing, man. Thank you guys so much again, Ruben and Rufus. Awesome. And guys, James, man, thank you very much for allowing them to be able to do what they do, man. I really appreciate it. So big shout out to them for being able, and you'll see more in the opening ceremonies here in just a little bit about what we did for them. But yeah, go ahead, Joe. Tell us how it turned
Those
out.
guys have been great every year, man. Every year.
Yeah.
So as far as after pool play, who finished where? I'll start with the gold.
Cool.
Utah ended up being the #1 seed in the gold division, followed by Detroit PSC, Team Louisiana, Connecticut, Reloaded, Houston Hustle, Nitro Hitman, and then Texas Fugitives came in at the 8 seed. So that's how the gold ended up lining up after pool play. Now the majors, #1 seed overall in the tournament ended up being Great Lakes Mikan, followed by Missouri, my team Missouri, Steph's Boys, then Minnesota at 3, DEA Combo at 4. Then you had Miami 5-0 at the 5 spot, followed by San Antonio Law Shields for Kids at 6. Then you had Houston Heat, Midwest Heat, Center Mass, United KC, Lone Star, and then Angel Armor, Stag Arms came in the 12th spot in the majors division. So
Nice.
that's how it all stacked up after pool play.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll tell you what, it's another big shout out, because I'll tell you, this tournament doesn't happen without our volunteers, which we'll highlight here in just a little bit. But, we got Mo, Deanna, of course, tons of people that came out to be able to help us. But Joe, you helped with that bracket, and it's extremely important for me. You handle the bracket, you handle all the round robins, anything that has to do with the umpires. It's so extremely important what it is that you do for me, to allow me to concentrate on other things that bring, a lot of extras maybe to the tournament that I wouldn't be able to do if I was concentrating on all that. So thank you very much for that, Joe. I truly appreciate it, man.
Well, I enjoy doing it, and I just want to mention one thing, that we kept the tally going. Every year we've had someone ejected, and it happened again this year. So I just wanted to mention that. But we won't say who and why, but we'll just say that some things, it happens.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's an intense game with some intense players, and that's the way I choose to look at it.
And sometimes intense fans.
Yes, you're right. We do have some intense fans. Ooh,
because
the
the ejection is not necessarily a player.
Yes, intensity is on the field and off the field.
Yes.
Very well put. I almost had to all right. So we're going to go to what happens after the round robin. So typically I try to get everybody out of there early so that they can go out and have some fun, enjoy each other's company, and maybe go out with dinner with family and friends and all. One of the things that takes place is a party that takes place at Big Al Max. That's there in Waxahachie. Again, first responder friendly town. So anywhere you go, you're going to be welcome. At this particular place, though, they have their karaoke night that takes place, and it's after our round robin. And we had some guys. I don't know if you can recognize who this is in this video, but we're going to roll this video at the karaoke. Let's see what we got. That's cool, man. What a great time. Do you know who it is?
Yeah, I know who that is. Everybody knows who that is. He newly inducted Hall of Famer, Panakia Pancake. So that was his second time up there. I was actually there that night, and that was his second song that he sang, and they cut it off. I don't know if you saw the guy that was running they traded him out microphones. The first one had a cord on it. The second one didn't. Well, what that video doesn't show is right after that, he starts running through the crowd with the microphone, screaming in everyone's face, singing, doing his thing. It was awesome. He did a great job. If there was a competition that night, he was winning it, but there wasn't.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, it's so cool to be able to see that kind of fun taking place on that early night out. And again, to my point, they're there in their uniforms, going out there, and there's no issues, man. I haven't heard a single complaint about going out and anywhere in this town. It's a great time, man. Especially there, you're safe. So, Pancake, that was really neat, man. I was impressed, man. I was singing along with you.
He did an awesome job.
That was good, especially when you get the crowd into it, man.
I wish they would have had that the second half of that song where he was out in the crowd in people's faces. It was good, man. It was real good.
Well, I'm looking forward to next year. Man, because we're gonna do something really special with that karaoke night over there. And I'm hoping that, of course, we always hope for more teams, but in the end, man, I think we got something special maybe for our Greet, Eat, and Drink next year. We'll see how this goes. And Big Owls, man, it's a really cool time out there, and I'm happy that they hosted us. So on that note, getting out early, being able to have some fun with each other. I love getting videos or little messages about what takes place in the activities off the field. And here was a certain activity that took place. It wasn't in a club, but it was a lot of fun.
Mo Law, big win today, boys. We're winners today. We're champions. It's a great night to be a lawman. Shane, what do you think?
Are you getting in here or not?
Man, I'll tell you what. You guys have a great time. I got that video, man, and I was cracking up.
There's something wrong with them guys, man. There's something wrong with them guys.
Well, I got that video, man, and that was, of course, after the whole tournament ended. But it's a great time to see all these memories taking place on something that you put so much effort into, man. That was a great time. So your guys are good.
For the record, I think Gilbert did hop in with him right after he turned the phone off.
That was good, man. So DEA Combo, man, they shared a little story with me and ultimately shared a picture. These guys, again, we talk about being a first responder friendly town. DEA Combos cruising around, heading out to go eat, going wherever they're at.
Trini, if you're going to tell the story, tell it right, man.
All right, go ahead. You do it. You tell it.
So they were out enjoying themselves, and they leave to head back to the hotel. And when they do so, they forget to turn their headlights on, and they're in a rental car. They're not familiar with it. They forget to turn their headlights on. So what happens? Of course, a police officer in Waxahachie sees them and stops them. So they get pulled over. So the guy's going to tell them, hey, turn your lights on. Well, it's a car full of California guys that say, hey, we're police officers here. We're out here for this event, blah, blah, blah. And they say, wait a second, somebody in the car recognizes the police officer. It's UFC champion Johnny Hendricks.
Nice.
Are you kidding me? So all the guys get out of the car, as you see, on the side of the road there, and take a picture with Johnny. That's friggin' unbelievable. You can't make this up.
How cool is that to be able to have that dude pulling you over and being able to have a great time with you and say, man, hell yeah, let's take a picture together.
That is insane, man. That's insane. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's all I can say.
It was super cool, man. I'm telling you, man, it's such a joy after it's all said and done to hear the stories and to be able to, for people to share, their enjoyment at this tournament. So that was a really neat thing. We're going to get that guy out. We're going to get him out to hang out this upcoming time.
For sure. Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah, man. So I'll tell you what, we ended up having our opening ceremonies that took place the next morning. And it was really cool to be able to have the presence that we did. Everybody in our circuit truly appreciates what the opening ceremonies are about. And anybody that knows me, like I talk about at these tournaments, I'm not going to have an event without recognizing our country our country's flag, you know, and pay homage to those that have sacrificed, not just those that gave their lives, but anyone that's ever signed up, you know, to be a part of defending our country. So in our opening ceremonies, I'll just let you guys take a look at this video coming up. And when you do, really pay attention, because to me, this is probably, you know, one of the more impactful parts of our tournament.
My name's Trinidad. I'm the coordinator of the tournament. I'm with the San Antonio Police Department with SA Law. It's our team. Then we got Joe Monahan. Joe, what's your department's name? Florison. And Joe's my partner on the podcast. Anyone that knows me knows that paying respects to our great country and to our flag is extremely important. Last year when we had this tournament, we celebrated the 20th anniversary of 9/11. We were able to honor those that served and ultimately just all the sacrifices that took place, and to, you know, to celebrate the rebuilding of the tower and ultimately, you know, getting through that time. This year we decided quite a while ago that we were going to honor our fallen. And if you guys don't mind holding up those flags, every one of these thin blue line flags, all the way up to August, right before this tournament, represents a life that was given, paying that ultimate sacrifice to our community and to our country. And I wanted to emphasize that because of the importance of tournaments just like this. It's so important to be able to come out here and to celebrate each other's presence. And I say that because you know we don't take that for granted. Right there in shortstop, the wonderful people here in the Waxahachie Sports Complex came up with the stencil for us to be able to honor Deputy Cesar Echeverria from the Miami 5-0 team, Etchie. That's what they call him, and it's there, and I welcome you guys in between games to come out and take a look. And over on second base, we have Timmon. He normally plays right field, but we brought it to second base. Those two would be here. We didn't know last year we wouldn't see them again. So it's very special to be able to be here and to be in the moment. I know we're competitive. I know we all want to win. At the same time, man, it's so important not to lose sight of the value of these times. You guys chose to be here. It was a choice, and I don't take that lightly. Like I said last night at the players' party, I truly am honored. I love to take a lot of honor, a lot of pride when you guys are here making that choice to be here. Thank you for trusting us to be able to, for you to come and spend your precious time, not just as players, but of course, the families. You know, and these guys, all these flags out here, fallen in the line of duty. We had an individual last year who was a coach of the SAPD flag football team, Justin Garcia. And at the time that Justin decided to take his own life, he thought that that was the best choice he had in that moment. We miss him, full of laughter, full of smiles, and always wanting to help people. And one action doesn't wipe away everything else that he has done and what he was about, what he meant to all of us. So I want to just tell you guys out there, I've gone through that difficult time. I've sat there and contemplated stuff like that. I say stuff like that because I don't want to say contemplating taking my own life, but I just did. You know, I had to concentrate on the next second. I had to keep concentrating on the next second, and I tried to turn my focus into just one more. Just give it one more second. Give yourself an opportunity to process this and be able to see that, okay, this is an opportunity for growth. This is an opportunity to write the rest of your story. Now, I hadn't met my wife, and I didn't have my little ones that are out here today, but I thought about them during that time. I'm dealing with a situation with cancer that that maybe some of you don't know, I have a second bout with kidney cancer. I have a less than 8% chance to live past 5 years. I'm about to be 4 years into it. I'm telling you, when I tell you the importance of this kind of stuff is you guys give me breath. You give me life. You keep me going. This is so special to me. My buddy Manny Reyes has been with me since we rebuilt this team, and just yesterday he told me he's got to hang it up. It's such a hard thing to see him go. He's such a wonderful person for me and my family, but he's got his kids, he's got his priorities. You know what the point is? He had to make his mind up here in just the last couple of months, and we cried last night together because he's only got Vegas left after this tournament. So things happen. Life gets more and more intense. You start losing people. That's life. That's a part of what comes with life. You're born, yeah, you know, you got these things that are going to happen. I just say it's time to sit back and really put that emphasis on why we're here. Enjoy each other. Take a moment to be in the moment. It really means a ton to me, and it's what you guys have done for me. So thank you for that. I asked Red if he wouldn't mind saying a little something, and so I appreciate you, Red, coming out and making it happen. Okay. Thank you, brother.
On August 15th, just 2.5 weeks ago, a member of our team was murdered doing what he loves and what we all do. We all know the risk we take when we put on the uniform.
I know. You take your time, buddy. You take your time. Don't you worry about that.
And she understood that risk, but we all know when that radio goes off, we never know if it's going to be our last call. Or, if, you know, we never know what we're going into. And that night that Etchie was shot, it was his day off. He wasn't even supposed to be working. But when his unit told him that there was a violent felon from Georgia causing havoc and chaos in Miami-Dade, he volunteered to go in. It makes me think a lot that wouldn't that have been most of us, you know, he was the first one behind the subject when the subject bailed out. Wouldn't that have been most of us first out of the car, first there, you know? That's the mentality most of us have out here, and it could have been any of us. But Etchie got there first. Yesterday was the first time since his funeral that any of us have been together, you know, and when we got to where we were supposed to hit BP, we actually found the wiffle ball field behind the BP, and we decided instead of hitting BP, we were gonna play wiffle ball. We just played like kids, you know, having fun, sliding on turf, doing whatever, and that was the first. I mean, I've been a captain of this team for 4 years, and that's probably the most fun I've ever had with these guys, with, you know, being at a tournament and stuff. The last point I'm gonna make is take advantage of every day. You never know what comes tomorrow. I know we play a kids game for fun on the weekends, but don't miss tournaments, man. Don't put it off for something else, because you never know. It's not worth it. You know, don't put it off because you have to go to work. None of that shit's worth it, man. At the end of the day, you know, this is what we got, and this is who we have with us. When my co-captain, who's not here, spoke to Etchie's fiance on what we should do when it comes to playing, because we weren't even sure if we were going to come. We were, you know, it was tough. She said that he wouldn't want us to miss any game and he would want us to play. So that's when we decided that we were going to come, we were going to follow through. I don't even know why I decided to book this tournament months ago. I talked to Trini about it. We've never been to Texas, and I think in February I was like, hey, let's just sign up. And we didn't know it was going to be 2 weeks after one of our own went down, but Trini, man, thank you. I'm glad that, you know, we did this. I want to thank the 5-0 guys behind me. I know we sacrificed a lot to be out here. You guys give me your time, and I owe you guys everything, you know. At the funeral, I looked around, and the people standing next to me weren't people I work with. They weren't people, you know, that I'm friends with from work. It was these guys behind me. So I wouldn't be anywhere without them, and I owe you guys everything. So just like that, like what you would say, let's just play ball and have fun. Thank you guys for everything.
All right, so this one kind of touched on what Red said. You know, we come out here to play. You never know. You know, you don't want to miss these tournaments, and that was one of the things Tyler and Lindsay, his widow, always said to us is, you know, we try to make all these tournaments, but sometimes it's not financially in the cards. Sometimes our family obligations take precedent. And I know the guys behind me on my team, we all make sacrifices to come out here just like you guys, missing our kids' volleyball games, missing our soccer games. So to touch on who Tyler was, Tyler, like Etchie, was gunned down while working on 10/26/21, just a few short weeks after the World Series. He couldn't make it that weekend due to family and financial reasons, and you know, we never would have thought that the Iowa tournament we played in with him would have been the last time we saw him. So just to go off the ODMP page, just so you know who Tyler Timmons was at work. Police officer Tyler Timmons was shot and killed while investigating a stolen vehicle in the parking lot of a Speedway gas station at the intersection of Illinois 111 and Chains of Rocks Road at about 8 o'clock a.m. He approached a pickup truck, and the subject opened fire on him, fatally wounding him. Somebody who shot him was arrested by other officers at the scene. and then pled guilty to his charges less than 6 months later. Officer Timmons was taken to a local hospital before being transferred to SSM Health St. Louis University Hospital in St. Louis, where he died a short time later. He was at the Pontoon Beach Police Department for 18 months. Previously served at the Roxana Police Department, Warden Police Department as Chief of Police, and Hartford Police Department for 14 years prior to that, survived by his wife and stepdaughter. So when Trini, Red, and those guys up here talking about our families that come out here, I mean, if you guys take a look behind the grandstands here, these are the reason why you guys are allowed to come out here and play. All right, they're behind us all. You know, they're back home like my wife with my 3 kids right now. No, that's not easy. But going back to the support that this family here, we have Great Lakes over here. They're donning our Tyler Timmons jerseys that we had created for his funeral mass. We wear a green jersey that's got his number up on it, up on the right chest. Houston, or Texas, where you guys at? These guys over here all purchased one of these jerseys with his name on it to wear at this tournament, the next tournament, whatever it is. And that's what this is. This family here is a lot different than any other family. Our law enforcement profession is a lot of different little cliques here and there, but then you find something like this, it's more of a family instead of a clique. And that's the way I look at it. These guys, I mean, I'm missing 4 volleyball games that I coach my kids to be with these guys this weekend because this is my other family. Tyler is a good dude. We'll hear more about him at the World Series this year, but I know we got some things to get going, and I can literally talk for days on Ty. So, Trini, I appreciate you letting me speak. Thanks again. Appreciate it, bud.
Thank you. I want to be able to honor somebody right now. There's somebody here that I consider having a legacy of leadership. This guy has spent 42 years in police softball. I'd like to have Tommy Eldridge come on up. Where you at, Tommy? Tommy, we want to give you this award. So this is our Legacy of Leadership Award presented to Thomas Eldridge in celebration of your 42 years of upholding a spirit of leadership, legacy, and commitment to the members of the police softball circuit. Tommy?
Wow, what a surprise. When I started back around 1980, I was just a rookie on it, coming out of the department. We had a small team. They asked, hey, you want to play softball? Sure, I'll go out for it. And the next year, our coach said, I can't do it anymore. Anybody asked, hey, you want to take over the team? And I raised my hand, didn't know what I was doing. Raised my hand, and from that time on, we just built it up from a Hartford police team to opening up statewide to greatest bunch of guys I've ever came around. Made so many friends, so many friends. I look around, I might not know all your names, but you're in my heart. You're in my heart. How much longer? I'm going to be on the field. Hopefully, it could be a while. But God bless everybody. Like these gentlemen said behind us, Miami 5, don't take it for granted. Have fun. Your families are the ones that are behind us all. So I just want to say thank you again to everybody. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Very welcome, Tommy. Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you guys so much for coming out again. For you guys to standing out here, I appreciate it. I know you need water. You know you want to get out of the sun. It really means a lot. And obviously you hold those flags, you keep them. That is a representation right there of somebody who, you know, we're here to honor. So thank you guys again. Thank you for joining us, okay?
All right, so there it was, Joe, that the opening ceremonies, and I want to give a big shout out to the, you know, when we talk about what we tried to work out was with honor guards. It's very difficult. They have a lot of commitments, and I just want to give a big shout out to the Texas Department of Public Safety honor guard that came out to be able to present those colors, and Tom Ball, man. Tom is the one that made it happen. We had honor guards that were lined up. They got pulled away for a priority type engagement. And Department of Public Safety came through, DPS. And Tom, I truly want to thank you for that, man. I was sweating it, didn't know what we were going to do. And these boys made it happen. So I'm very, very happy for that. And thank you so much for that, man. One of the things we did, Joe, in this particular tournament was honor, you know, Tommy. And you saw it in the video. The guy, 42 years in law enforcement softball, man. I mean, just to be in law enforcement, period, but in law enforcement softball, in particular, our circuit, you know, and all of those that are involved in it understand what it means to be whether it's a player, a coach, a tournament director. 42 years, man, is a serious contribution to our circuit. So, Tommy, I'm very happy to be able to honor you. You deserve it. And it was our pleasure to be able to honor you at these opening ceremonies, man.
Yeah, you just don't hear that too often. 42 years. I mean, shit, you don't hear 10 years in the circuit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing if you think about it.
Yeah, man. Well, you think about all that comes with that too, man. I mean, he's seen a lot of turnover. He's been in a lot of these. I mean, you talk about camaraderie. The dude's experienced it at all these different tournaments. And like I said, man, there's ups and downs. There's team members coming and going. But running a team like Joe, it's difficult, man. And you got to be in it for a special, like even more of a special reason when you run a team. And Tommy, you did that, so I'm very happy to be able to honor you at this tournament in that way. Congratulations, brother. So then next, one of the things I want to do is, after these opening ceremonies, you saw the dedication that we did to Tyler and to Etchie, but Perry Moore of Team Texas. Check out Perry Moore. Now, this dude runs a ton of marathons. I don't know if anyone knows that. This guy's running. We got to get him on here, man. The dude runs a crazy amount of marathons. He went to Berlin after our tournament, to the BMW Berlin Marathon, and he honored a couple of people, but then he also honored Etchie on his bib. So you see it there with Etchie's end of watch and his badge number, and he ran in honor of Etchie out there. So that was really cool, Perry. I know that you finished the marathon. Congratulations to you, brother. And thank you very much for honoring Etchie like that, man. That's a really neat thing to do. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, we talked about the honor guard. Texas Department of Public Safety, we had Deputy Hunter Barnes and Deputy, I think it was Gage Adams, I think is what it was. We got a photo of them, I believe. Yeah, we got it. There you go. Deputy Mark Woody and Deputy Chad Rainey came out. And again, thank you to Tom for making this happen, man. It's very special. And, it's a little warm out there. These dudes are out there in their full uniform. And, again, just want to be able to thank you guys for coming out and making that happen. It's extremely special to me. Joe, we had some honor the fallen shirts that were out there. We have a few left. I think we have 2 extra smalls, 7 large and 13 extra large. If anybody's interested, message me. I'll take them to Vegas with me. But one of the things in this opening ceremonies we talked about with the officers that were holding up the flags, and that represented the amount of officers that had fallen from the time that we had our last tournament up until just before our tournament. And if you bring that back up one more time, if you notice there on the right, that lion is at our National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. And all of those names are the names that have given their life in sacrifice of the safety of our community. Their names are in that block there underneath that lion. So it was a very special shirt that was created, and I'm excited to be able to have to being able to pay homage to those guys that paid that ultimate price. We do have some grays that are going to come in also. If anybody's interested, just let me know. Along with that, Joe, when we talk about the camaraderie and we talk about us sharing our time together, it's not just us as officers. We got a special video that we want to share with you right now about something that means a ton to me, and that's including families. So check this video out, and I think you're really going to enjoy it.
My name is James. I collect patches and coins.
I need to find out.
And
that's a good question.
The reason why I like these patches,
I do want to find out,
because they just represent what I stand for and who I am. At my house, I hang all these up to show respect to all of them. And I show respect to all the people who have sacrificed their life in order to keep us safe.
Hey,
that's why I collect these coins.
That's awesome. And I want to add to that. This is our San Antonio SWAT patch, and that's our San Antonio PD. It's a miniature version of it, but it's there. So now add it to those collections.
Cool.
I love it, man.
Thank you.
You're awesome, dude.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Zintac right there, man. That's Worm, you know, and Jay-Z. I'll tell you what, James comes out every year, and the way he hugs me, the way he looks at me, the involvement that he has with everybody that's there, it's so heartwarming, man. It's just like, I just feel the love, man. And whenever I hug that kid, man, it's always reciprocated. So James, you're a very special kid, and I'm excited that you attend our tournament every year, man. It's a great job with that family, and in particular James, man. Thank you for coming out, and it's really neat that we can all bring those patches and those coins, and you know, again, family is so important, and I'm so happy that it's a family-friendly environment out at the tournament. And I talk about this tournament not to boast and brag. Like, I'm really happy because that's the type of environment that I truly enjoy being in. And that's why I try to recreate it whenever I put that thing on. So I was really happy to see all the involvement. And then the chief came out, and the chief went back to Waxahachie Police Department, came back out, and then brought James those, you know, the patches and the coin and stuff. So that was really neat, man. It made me happy. Let's see here. So we got next we have the bracket play highlights, Joe. So everybody got what do you call it?
Everybody got placed in their in either major. Everyone got placed in either major or gold brackets after pool play, and then we got a couple games in that first night, and then we finished it up the second day.
Yeah, man. So we'll go straight to the bracket play highlights in this video. Bracket play highlights video now. And the thing that I love is that, again, pay attention. A lot of great action in this. Man, a lot of action in that one. Telling you, gets you all hyped up, man. Ready to play that video at the beginning of the year.
That's an awesome video again, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll tell you, Michael and Jake went out there and did a great job of capturing a lot of stuff. Takes a lot to edit all this information, you know, all the stuff that we get in, but we try to include everybody. We try to get out there and capture everybody. So, you know, it was, I think they did a great job. So, man, I want to give a big shout out to the umpires. I don't know if you noticed, but Mark Adanza, thank you so much for coordinating all this, man. He takes a load off of my chest when it comes to being able to provide for these guys. And I want to thank also A&L Overdrive Collision Centers. A&L Overdrive Collision Center. These guys created these shirts so all these umpires are coordinated, brings a lot of credibility to them. But man, they make them for these umpires. That's Mark's hookup, and I just think it's a really cool thing that they come out and do for us. 2 years in a row now, they've created these really cool shirts to be able to be coordinated, and I just think it adds to the, I don't know if you want to call it professionalism of it, but it feels like that, you know? It's really cool, man. And the thing I love about these umpires, they truly enjoy being out there with us. They talked about it last year. They joined on the podcast commenting earlier this year about how much they enjoy this tournament, how they look forward to it, because they do believe in us and what we do. And they say they have a great time. Everybody's super kind and considerate and respectful. So thank you guys again.
They got a great attitude out there, and they do a great job, man. Even though a couple calls I disagree with in a couple of those games, I'll give it to them. They did it overall. They did a great job,
dude. One of the comments I got was these dudes run from behind the plate, even though there's one of them there. They run from behind the plate, and Mark Adanza comes out and asks me not to pay him. I do it anyway, but he's like, dude, don't do it. I'll just be out there, and every once in a while I'll pop on the field, and I'll be the second umpire there. And I think that's just super cool. I don't hear that. I've never heard of that an umpire comes out and does something like that. Dan Potter, I could see him doing something like that. But I mean, it's just very rare that you see that. So next, we're going to go on to our sponsors, man. Our sponsors and our raffle. So we had a raffle that benefits Shields for Kids. And we also have our sponsors. And we can't do it without our sponsors. So we're going to roll that video right now.
Hi, I'm Bart with Elite Sports. We're out here at Waxahachie again for Trini's tournament. This is the third one. Just want to say thank you to everybody for the support that we get back from the police softball community. We love coming out here. This is probably one of our favorite tournaments of the year to come out with. We do full sublimation uniforms, bats on our Onyx line, shorts, apparel, anything of your uniform needs is what we do. We want to thank everybody for having us out here, inviting us, the people. We love supporting you guys. We hope you enjoyed our products on our bats, and we want to thank you for everything you guys do.
Hey, my name is Veronica. I'm the manager for the AT&T in Waxahachie. We're here to support all of our first responders from all over. So FirstNet is for not only for first responders now, but now you don't have to split your account, and you can have your friends and your family on your FirstNet account while you get the benefits for that. So FirstNet was created for first responders by first responders in case anything happens, such as 9/11, natural disasters, in case of something really bad, and we don't ever want our first responders or anyone that works in the business to be clogged up on other people's network. So FirstNet lets you guys have your own network. It's priority. It's not boggled down. It's fast, and it's very affordable, and most times it's actually cheaper than a regular plan. So reap the benefits. Come out to softball fields to support FirstNet with AT&T.
Hi, my name is Lena Borjas. I'm the marketing director over at Chick-fil-A of Waxahachie. We are so glad that Keepers of the Peace decided to host their tournament here in Waxahachie. I was out here last year able to hand out a bunch of sandwiches to all the teams. This year I brought out some cards so they can come visit us in the restaurant. We appreciate everything that law enforcement does, and once again I'm so glad that they chose this location so that I can be a part of it.
Hi everyone, Deanna here. I am here at the 2022 Keepers of the Peace tournament. You guys are all here, you know that. We've got an awesome raffle set up again this year for Shields for Kids. It's been really cool to see all of y'all's friendly faces out here in Waxahachie. This is our third year here. We're super excited, and we're glad that you guys are here. So thank you so much for coming out, and hopefully you won some awesome prizes. San Antonio. Thank you guys.
Audrey Trinidad with Biotech's Crime and Trauma Scene Cleaning at the 2022 Keepers of the Peace National Softball Championship Tournament. Proud sponsor, and I'm very happy to be here. This is my 3rd year sponsoring. We provide crime and trauma scene cleaning. We have offices in Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and San Antonio. We service Texas, and we will continue to support officers. This is an opportunity for us to give back to the officers in our community that give so much of themselves every single day when they're out there protecting our community. So we'll continue to support you guys, and I'm very, very proud to be a sponsor and happy to be here, and see you next time. You are watching the Police Softball Podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, I'm a little partial to that last sponsor there.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Deanna for repping the St. Louis Show Me Classic as well as she did in that video right there.
Yeah, I got to have a little conversation with her. She knows what I feel about you, so she's supported in that way. That was pretty cool, man. I'll tell you what, man, Chick-fil-A coming out, Pete Borjas, that's the Borjas clan right there. She comes out and she helps out with the Chick-fil-A. We're talking about AT&T that provides us the Wi-Fi to be able, FirstNet to be able to broadcast our games with the live stream with commentary. That's a huge thing. We talk about Bart, Stacy that come out with Elite. So we got Elite out there. Audrey with Biotech, of course, and it's a really neat thing to be able to have the support like that. And when it comes to the support that I get from Terry Dugan, man, with Lockdown Sports, I mean, that dude's always willing to provide. He sends me a box of items that I'm able to give away in the raffle prizes. And so I really appreciate that, Terry. It's huge. And I know that you're dealing with some health issues right now, man. And, without getting into it on air, I will just say it's a difficult time for you, man. I know how you are, a former Marine, big time into this law enforcement circuit, and you want to be out here, and you're stuck where you're at, and just want you to know that we got you on our mind, man. Along with Moses Tovar, man, Big Mo, y'all know him, Joe. Guy has a huge heart, and he provides not only for this tournament and our raffle items, but also for our Shields for Kids golf tournament that's coming up here soon. He provides for that too. I mean, he just never wants any attention, never asks for anything. And I really appreciate you, Mo. Thank you so much for what you do.
Mo's just
Deanna,
a great dude, man. He's just a great dude.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
he
way
is.
around.
100%. And, of course, Deanna in the background being out there with Shields for Kids and her family. Her family comes out and supports too. They're a part of the setup, the breakdown. They're a part of everything. They're there at the greet, eat, and drink. I mean, they're awesome, man. So Joyce, Ram,
they're there beginning to end.
Absolutely, they are, man, hustling. So thank you guys so much. Can't do it without our sponsors, man. Thank you guys for supporting our raffle also. So we got Elite that came out, drive their truck. A little noise going on, but they drive their truck. Which direction is it, Joe?
They drive several hundred miles east from California.
And so we want to thank you guys again. Los, Ryan, Bart, Chucky, helping with the design, Stacy, all the guys out there at the Elite, man. It's unbelievable what they do, and I'm so honored that they come out and help us out. I'll tell you what, though, it's not just fluff. The bats out there, 2 years in a row, everybody absolutely loves the bats. And something I want to be able to show you is very unique. Not a single bat crack, not a single complaint on these bats. Everybody look forward to using them. And check out this video that we got when it comes to the bat testing of this product.
All right, so we're gonna test our bats championship game. 240 is the magic number. That's as low as the compression can go. So we're gonna test it real quick. If you wanna get it, I'm about 280. 285 is what what it's testing at, which is awesome. For as many hits as it has on there, I'll do one more real quick. See what we got. Load it up. Zero it out.
Holy
275.
Smokes, wow.
And I'm gonna tell you, I think we were trying to calculate how many swings over the 2 days, and we're probably guessing somewhere about 1,000 swings we got on each bat.
And this is including the warm-ups, because he allowed people to come out a day before and hit with them. And also, proof positive, these bats are no joke. The Onyx backs are hot. Everybody loves them. Everybody was looking forward to them. Kudos to you guys for what you guys do with that bat, man.
Thanks, man.
Awesome job, Park.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Enough said. Telling you, man, those bats were hot. I know, Joe, you're still using the bat from last year, and you said that you were hitting really well a couple of nights ago. Is that right?
Yeah, that bat's stupid hot right now. That one's probably testing around 200, so it's a lot lower than those. But that's also a bat I've been swinging for a year, a little over a year now. So,
Man, durability in it, but I know we had a few last year that had a few issues, but nothing major in the end. Man, these bats are solid. And like I said, man, the proof's in the pudding. Took it out, I think it was right before y'all's game. Took it out there, we tested it, and man, I was super impressed. So kudos to you guys over there at Elite with Onyx bats. Thank you guys again, Los, Ryan, and everybody out there, man. That's awesome. We did the podcasting, man. So we got, we had Trip, Joe, and Shane on the mic. Everybody loved it. It was a great time. Trip thought he did better than both of y'all, but he did give y'all kudos. He said that y'all were pretty good yourselves.
Hey, Trip kicked some butt. He was awesome, man. He was awesome.
I think we have
I enjoyed calling the game with him, man. Even I don't think Mike was working, but I still enjoyed it.
We had another one there where Aviana got to jump in the action, I believe. Yeah, there we go. So, she was setting it up. But I'll tell you what, if y'all take a look, we can go back to Trip, Joe, and Shane. Avi, thank you so much for helping me set up. I love you.
Avi also did a game because I watched all the recorded broadcasts that you had on the Keepers of the Peace Facebook page, and she was involved in calling one of the games.
All right, good. I need to see that one because I didn't get a chance to review that one. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm excited to hear her. I will say this, man. It's a very unique what we have. We go back to that one picture of Trip, Joe, and Shane. It's really unique to be able to do what we do. We have live commentary. We have 3 different angles. At one point, I'll tell you what, man. Audrey, I don't know how many hours she spent out there, but this girl did a wonderful job. If you check out the live broadcast, it's on our Keepers of the Peace YouTube channel, I believe is what it is. If it's not, then it's Facebook. I think it's Facebook. So we got our Keepers of the Peace Facebook, man. If you go over there, you can watch the games. We try to get everybody in, but we can only do it on one field. But I'll tell you what, Audrey, I'm sincerely thanking you. That girl went out there, stood in the sun, held that camera up with that little stand or whatever she has, and she would not give it up because she said, I want to be able to do it right. So thank you very much, honey. I truly appreciate it, man. That was so cool that you did that.
She didn't want to give it up because she knew if Mo went out there and did it, that thing would be shaking all over. You wouldn't be able to see. No, she did awesome. Audrey, you did a great job. That was friggin' awesome.
I'm so happy.
Super unique to be able to get those kind of different angles like that and get the replays and hear the commentary and all that. It's common that people live stream the games, but to actually broadcast and have everything else that goes along with it, it's awesome. It's awesome, yeah. And Audrey really did an awesome job.
Yep, man, I agree. And it was so important because she just did not want to give that camera up, and it just made me feel very special. And it's really neat when you talk about replays because we saw some really good replays on some close calls. Yeah, and we had a lot of people talking like, man, we thought we were
one of those
like
calls may have been in my game that I had an issue with the umpire, and I think he was wrong based on the replay. But we'll talk. That's old news. But
Hey, came out on top. So
Yeah.
hey, man. So I'll tell you what, we had some fun going out interviewing some players and some coaches. So we're going to be able to show that video now, man.
I'm here with Joe Monahan from Missouri, Trini's co-host on the podcast. I'm Jay-Z, play with Great Lakes. This is my brother, Dan, known as Worm with Great Lakes. And we've got Tyler Thies here, typically with the Hounds, but the Hounds aren't here, so he's playing with Trini's gang this weekend. Right now, we are finishing up the round robin. Most of the teams are done. We got a couple left here. Joe's got the tally here.
These guys, of course, end up number 1 seed as usual. Great Lakes, nothing but the best performance out of them guys.
Offensively, DEA, I think they lit up the scoreboard the most. They were putting up 30 and 25 to 30 runs each of their 3 games. Yeah. Joe's team got a bye. They're 3-0.
I'm glad you guys came out supporting Trini. Glad you made the trip.
But no, a great tournament so far. Great weather as always. And that's it. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Another year out here, getting older, getting fatter, but with my brothers and Trini and his family to cater us, take care of us. So that's what it's all about, coming out here and having fun. Putting effort, but having fun.
I feel like this is a great cause for rest in peace, Etchie, shortstop, doing this for him, and everyone comes together as a family. We're in the lead right now. We're fighting. Ready to go.
My name is Adrian Osoya. I'm out here representing the Houston Hustle. We're out here at Waxahachie. I'm having a great time playing with my teammates, playing with these fellow officers. Hopefully we come out here and take some W's.
It's Big Lou from DEA combo. We're out here in Waxahachie, like the team Trini. For having us out here. Appreciate everything you guys do for us and everything you do for the circuit. Having a blast out here, one of my favorite tournaments. It's a great environment. Camaraderie out here is beautiful, and I love you guys for having us. Thank you. Appreciate you.
So far, our first game, we came out and it was a close game right to the end. We came up short by 1 run in the last inning, but both teams came out hitting, good fielding, just came up on the short end. But we got a lot more games to go. We got a good squad here. We're hitting the ball. I think we're going to have a great tournament.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Jody White from Team Louisiana. The team, we're feeling really good right now. Coming out here, playing, taking part with these guys that we're so familiar with. It's a great thing. It gives us a weekend to get out and play some ball. And from Louisiana, hey, we're happy to be out here in Waxahachie, Texas, having fun with all the guys from around the country.
Hi, I'm Mandy Day. I am the manager of the Houston Hustle Police Softball Team. I'm also the tournament director of the Gary Grider Memorial Softball Tournament. Waxahachie is beautiful. I actually had a chance to just drive around a little bit today, and I never realized how beautiful this area is. The teams here are amazing, right? It's like total top caliber competition. The camaraderie, the competition, it's all-star. I just want to say a little bit about just Trini and what he's done with this tournament here. For a really long time, we had not had a great police, law enforcement, softball type community here in Texas, and Trini has really done a lot to help build that here with this tournament. Being a police officer is very stressful. There's so much that goes into it. A lot of people don't understand it. So bringing together teams like this, tournaments like this, it's so important for mental health, just their careers in general. And what he has done is absolutely incredible. What Trini has done is completely on a whole other level. And we're just really proud to be a part of it and to be able to work with him.
I love coming out here. It's a great tournament. We love Daniel. We love him. But it's a fun tournament. And I encourage everyone to come out here if you play law enforcement. It's a great tournament, great fields, turf infields on every field. It's nice.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Renee. I'm from the Texas Fugitives, coach. We're out here having a good time. Our guys, is our first year together. Sometimes we're considered the underdog, but we come back, we bounce back, we're fighting hard, we're having fun out here. It's the second time out here in Waxahachie. Thanks for everything. We appreciate it.
Todd Madsen, Utah Metro, manager out here. We came all the way from Utah. We love it out here. Trini run a great tournament. We've been having a lot of fun, but this is a great time. We feel special being out here. Trini pulls out all the stops. We love it.
My name is Aaron Shrewsbury. I'm with the Detroit Lawmen team, playing pretty good. Love this tournament. It's one of our favorite tournaments to come to. You get treated great here. It's a great atmosphere. We don't want to leave the ballpark after our games and just enjoy our time here. Thanks for having us.
How y'all doing? I'm Zach Gagner from the Houston Hustle, from the Houston area. We're out here at the Keepers of the Peace softball tournament for first responders, police. Having a good time out here. Starting to really hit the ball today. Find our groove, and hopefully we can keep moving on through the tournament.
My name is Fabian Garcia with the Houston Heat, out here representing Houston, HPD. We're out here, it's been a slow day for us, but we're looking to come up out on top. Championship game, let's go, baby, H-Town.
That's cool, man. And then you know what, Joe? I'll just say this. I'm fortunate enough to be able to document this, but we hear the same things with your tournament. It's all those great things that everybody says. We just document it, but I will just say the same things that I just heard that make me feel so great. We say the same things about you and your tournament, man. And I'm not just stroking you. Of course, you know that. It truly is really special to be able to have everybody say what they say and to be able to have it documented, man. So
there was, getting on it with some of the bracket play. I just want to mention one thing. So just seeing some of those teams reminded me about this, but a couple of those teams, both the Houston teams, Houston Heat was in the upper bracket and Houston Hustle was in the gold division, but they both lost early in the bracket play, but then they both won several games, fighting their way back up. And that's tough to do. And you got both those teams did it. Utah Metro did it. Great Lakes did it. There were several teams that did that. And it's that's a tough feat to we tried doing that in St. Louis and it didn't work out. We lost the first game, then won 5 in a row. And then we got our butts kicked. But yeah, it's a tough thing when you lose early, but to put a string some of those wins together like those teams did, both Houston teams, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, man, our Texas teams are coming together, and ultimately, man, we come out and support each other, and man, those guys are impressive. I'll tell you this: we're gonna wrap our stuff up. Check this out, man. This man right here, he knows that we're doing our live thing. Hey man, how cool is that? He was like, how much time do you need? I was like, oh man, we're doing a broadcast right now. He's like, take your time, I'll just warm up and I'll go slow. He's supposed to start already, so I'm gonna get through this, man. That's so cool, man. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna show the prize packages. We got a photo. If you guys haven't seen our trophies yet, I think they were very unique. Joe got to take one of those home in honor of his team. They were very unique Texas hats that had our Keepers of the Peace logo put on them, and along with the MVPs and the first place, runner-up trophies and all. And we do have our prize package, and I want to thank DFW Sports and Cade out there. Cade provided our jersey sets from DFW Sports. I know we'll be able to pop those up on the screen here in just a second of everything that we gave to our teams that came out and participated. We tried very hard to be able to, try to offer something unique. And I think you're going to be able to see that here coming up soon in this runner-up and championship video. So let's just go ahead and roll that now. So that's the action from the runner-up and championship video. But we have one more. Ooh, they're getting all the activities going on right here. So, ooh, look at this, Joe. Look at this. Can you see it?
I don't see it.
Oh, hold on. How about that?
Yes, now I can see it.
There you go. Telling you, we're getting the festivities going on here. And my partner here, he's still patient. Look at him. God, he's still helping me out. All right,
He's acting patient. He wants you to hurry the fuck up.
Well, I'll tell you what. That was the action part of the video. I think the next part of this video, because again, it's a live show. It's only two of us that make this happen. Deanna and I, along with you, co-hosting. But I believe this next one's going to be about the awards, you know, the award ceremony and what it is that we did when it came to the champions. So, Joe, if you don't mind, can you give us a little breakdown on what took place when it comes to, well, you know what? Let's just roll this next video and then you can go into, you know, the final standings when it comes to things. All right, cool. Let's check it out.
Tell you what, I know we finished third quite a few times, and you know, I think about that because I know how tough it is. I will reiterate what I told you guys before, and I cannot tell you what it does for my family and for my friends to have the support that I have. My parents were here for the first time, and they've seen it on lower levels, but never at this level. You guys are unbelievably talented, and it's such a joy to watch you. So we try to think of something that maybe is a little Texas themed. So I don't know how many of y'all like tequila or anything like that. Tequila Blanco. You know you got to have lime. There's some cups here. We got our koozies, the Biotex koozies. So we got a little something to help ease the pain, and we got some tahini. I'm sure some of y'all know a little bit about that. And in Texas spirit, we got $5 scratch-offs for you guys.
But this means the world to us, you know. It's a big thing to us. It may not mean much to the rest of the world, but this circuit is everything to us, and we love coming here, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Truly do.
I appreciate you guys coming out as well, supporting Trini. Trini's a great friend of mine. He puts a lot of effort, a lot of heart into this. So I appreciate you guys supporting other tournaments. That's awesome. That's what this circuit's about, supporting each other. So I appreciate it.
When I see you guys come together and you're laughing and you're joking here and you're hugging, we all have stories. I know that jumping the fences at night, guys turns the corner with a gun, and you got to make that decision whether I'm going to turn that corner or back off, and we do it thinking of everyone else and not ourselves. I understand the stories of making the calls to scenes and having those scenes where people take their last breath, and you see that. We all have those stories. And so being able to come here and just let that go for just a little bit, and to be able to celebrate the game we love along with the camaraderie that we feel comfortable in is such a value. And I'm so happy that you guys chose to be here. And I'm very honored to be able to have something along with my family and friends and Joe, to be able to host something like this for you guys. This is your tournament.
We all know. Thank you. In all seriousness, everybody showed up. Everybody played their heart out. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for Joe.
When I saw you guys signing up, it just made me very, very happy. It's such a great thing to be able to have the support from all over the nation. I hope you guys enjoyed your time, and I'm very proud of you guys. I'm excited to see you guys in Vegas too. So congratulations to you guys. Who wants this one? This one? All right, there we go. Congratulations to you.
Gold gloves going to a guy that struck out 8 people in slow pitch softball for the tournament.
No doubt.
Mike Panecki.
Way to go, Panecki. Great freaking tournament. Look, here's the thing that I expressed to the gold division, the runner-ups and the champions. It's just all of this. That means so much more to me between the lines. And again, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here with you guys, and such an important thing for me and my family. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, bottom of our heart. And I'm extremely happy to have them as parents, and I'm very happy that they were here to see this, you know, in this game. So, Dad?
We thank God for that. And, you know, my son Rafael always reminds us of all of you guys. I mean, he's here for you. And at the same time, with all of y'all that I have talked to, says, hey, we're here for Trini. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all of you.
so our runner-up, Great Lakes. I hold you guys on such high esteem with your level of play, your competitiveness. I truly appreciate you guys showing up. We've got our trophy, but this is a really unique piece. I thought it'd be cool to take back home. So I'm very proud to be able to design these. And so these are the runner-up. It's a runner-up trophy. James, come on up here. All right, James. We get jerseys for the players from Cade Hall. That's over in DFW Sports Apparel. And he said he'll work something out with you guys also. In true Texas fashion, we've got some $5 scratch-offs. Okay. So these are SAPD bottle openers. So anyway, I think they're pretty neat, but these are for you guys. And for your MVP runner-up. Thank you guys so much for showing up, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys again. I truly appreciate y'all's effort. And again, that personal relationship that I have with you guys means so much to me. Great play. So you got your tournament MVP.
Tournament MVP. Obviously, the whole team played fucking awesome. Like I said earlier, when we put this team together, this is what I was waiting for. I knew it was going to happen. I knew we were going to win championship. Made it 5 times this year, finally won one. Everyone played great. Everyone did their part. One guy I thought played his ass off, Matt Smallin.
All right.
Shit out of the ball. Every game. Great job, man. Congratulations.
Great job, man.
Hey, Banger Sports. Albert Sanchez. This is for the Gold Glove. Best defensive player. I think everyone's probably going to be in agreement who that is. Anyone want to guess?
Ellie!
This guy saved some games, made some unbelievable plays, and couldn't have won the tournament without you, my man.
So you guys get the jerseys and pants sets from DFW. So that's
I'll take those. We're getting pullovers and baby blues, boy.
The championship trophy. Look at that, man. When I showed it to you, I had no idea. Hey, look at that. 18 guys to go through.
Cheers, bro. No.
What a special moment, man. What a special moment. I'm so happy we were able to document that. I mean, I'm talking about everything awesome, in particular, all the play, everything that took place. You know, it was just so special. And then ultimately to see that celebration at the end, man, that was so cool. And we try to include third place in it. You know, they worked so hard, fall a little bit short, but we're able to give them a little something. It's not anything super huge, but it's still something that I think is neat to be able to leave with, you know. And so I would just say, man, it was just really special to be able to see how it all played out, the competitiveness, all leading up to the World Series. It was just so cool, man. It was just a neat thing. It was great to include my parents, be able to be out in the fields and be able to say a little something to everybody. So it was just very special. Joe, congratulations, man. You guys made it to the championship in 4 different tournaments, and then ultimately this is your 5th one, and you ended up walking away with it, man. So that was cool. Against a Great Lakes, you know, all these teams that were out there. I mean, this wasn't easy. Y'all didn't have a walk in the park, you know?
No, it was a competitive tournament. It was great all the way around, and you just mentioned, you know, the way you guys documented everything. I appreciate the effort and the time you guys and the money you're spending that you spent, you know, documenting this for everybody, including myself and our team. I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. We didn't make any money on this tournament. I'll just say that. It truly is for the love of everyone that's there and everything that comes from it, all the memories and all. So that was very special to me. I will say this. What do we have? Let me see here. I got my little agenda. the breakdown crew. We got a little picture of everybody. You know, a lot of times at events, when you're involved in events, you don't realize what takes place after the lights go out. And so we got a teardown crew that was there, you know. It was just very special to be able to have everybody that showed up to be able to tear things down. You know, we had guys from the Waxahachie Police Department that showed up to help us out in uniform. They didn't stick around for the photo, but this is our crew that helped us out here. So it was just very special for helping us, because that really made it easy for us to be able to leave that park in a timely fashion. Thank you guys, you know, so much. Last but not least, man, we've had a very special visitor every year to our tournament, and this is thanks to the Great Lakes crew out there, and to a special friend of mine that has visited and been able to come back every year despite the month. And that's my buddy called the Waxahachie Pumpkin. And I want to thank the Great Lakes guys for being able to, you know, just give the Waxahachie Pumpkin a little heads up as to, you know, when our tournament's taking place and where it's taking place. I think the Waxahachie Pumpkin now knows what's happening. And, you know, Waxahachie Pumpkin, when he showed up this year, he wrote me a special letter. And so we'll share that now. All right. So, hey, man, there you go, Joe. That was the Waxahachie Pumpkin. Again, I will just say that this is a very special event for me. In all seriousness, I will say that it really brings me a lot of value to my life to be able to provide. I do love providing for people. And, it's a part of my legacy. It's a part of what I believe in. It's why I served in our United States Air Force and ultimately as a police officer for 23 years. I love my brothers and sisters in blue. And it's not just in blue. It's corrections, it's probation, it's nurses, it's teachers. I mean, anybody that fights that good fight, I'm in it. So I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that supported the tournament. Thank you guys for coming out. It means a ton to me. Joe, thank you again for everything you do to make me comfortable to be able to get on this podcast and ultimately throw this tournament with less stress. I appreciate it.
Well, I want to say a couple things as well, if I could.
Yeah, man. No,
so, number one, there's nobody in this circuit that puts on a tournament that puts more into it than you do. That's 100% fact. You put more into it, and people get more out of it than any other tournament that I've been a part of. Also, in my eyes, that's why you got 20 plus teams showing up. Nobody else gets 20 plus circuit teams showing up to their tournaments, except for the World Series, obviously. But there's no other tournament that gets 20 plus actual circuit teams. And, I think next year, I think you're going to get, I truly think you can get 32 teams like you did the first year. And I think that's going to happen again. You show the videos, you're showing what your tournament's about. It's going to happen. It's only going to go up from here, is my opinion.
Thank you, Joe.
Also, one other thing I'd like to say is I want to give a shout out to my team, man. I don't really do that too often, but
no, you don't.
We really come together this year. The guys, a lot of new guys, new faces, a lot of old guys, veterans on the team, and everyone's come together really well. And it finally came together in your tournament, and I hope it, can carry over into Vegas, obviously. But, Missouri Lawmen, you guys did a great job out there in Waxahachie.
Yeah, man, they did. They did a wonderful job. They showed up. You guys rebuilt and put it together, man. It all came together. I was really happy for you. I appreciate your words, Joe. I know you don't say anything unless you mean it, and nobody can convince you to say something if you don't feel it. So I do truly take that to heart. And I'll just say again, thank you to all you teams, all you managers out there, all you teams that show up. It truly is an honor. Just like I said in the opening ceremonies, it means the world to me. And facing everything I'm facing with the health issues and all, I will just say you guys give me a big boost. And things happen. It's just the way life is. That's all right, man. Y'all made this year very special for me. Thank you so much. Hey, we're gonna end it with Tarvin. Tarvin has been patiently waiting while everybody is over here. They're waiting to hear. My wife. Now look at her. It's a hottie right there, man.
You gonna have him play a song on the way out here to finish the podcast?
Dude, he absolutely is gonna play a song right here. This is Tarvin, and Tarvin said he's gonna end the show for me.
Awesome.
So there's a place that I heard about.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you.
Hi, brother. Have